Hello, welcome back to Basement Tapes number 253 in a series that takes us on a trip around my collection. I'm here to learn. The journey is never ending, and we've made it to 1973. We're talking about the 1973 Topps football set, a set that has lived in my mind rent free for decades, possibly a half a century. I have 529 of these recorded into my collection on Beckett OPG, which stands for Online Price Guide. Let's look at this set a little more, shall we? 528 cards, it says. $2.61 average value, $1,380.64 total value. $400 to $1,000 for a set of these 195 rookie cards. So that is more than 33% of these cards are rookie cards. The 1973 set marks the first of 10 years in a row that Topps produced 528 card football standard size sets issued in a single series. The fronts have the player's name at the bottom and position and team name. I'm sorry, the fronts have the player's name at the top and position and team name at the bottom. The player's first name and team name are in color that corresponds to the one of the colors in a small banner-like design that emanates from the photo. The card backs are printed in blue ink with a red background on gray cardstock. Highlights and statistics are accompanied by a cartoon and trivia question and answer. The first 6 cards in the set are statistical league leader cards. Cards 133 to 139 show the results of the previous season's playoff games. Cards 265 through 267 are kid pictures, KP, showing the player in a boyhood photo. Rookie cards include this set are Ken Anderson, Al Cowlings, Dan Dierdorf, Jack Ham, Franco Harris, Jim Langer, Art Shell, Ken Stabler, Jack Youngblood. An uncut sheet of team checklist cards was also available via mail-in offer on Wax Packs wrappers. Top 3 cards according to Beckett OPG. Well, I'll tell you. Give me a second. Let me just let the people there coordinate. Franco Harris rookie card, followed by the Ken Stabler rookie card, followed by the Ken Riley rookie card. So I bet you didn't expect that. But that's according to Beckett OPG. Let's get over to TCDB, see what they have to say. Again, 528 cards. I don't know why I have 529 in there. Let me take a look real quick here. Clearly says 529. So we'll get to the bottom of that later on. Teams depicted in this set are the Falcons, Colts, Bears, Bills, Bengals, Browns, Cowboys, Broncos, Lions, Packers, Oilers, Chiefs, Rams, Dolphins, Vikings, Patriots, Giants, Saints, Jets, Raiders, Eagles, Steelers, Chargers, 49ers, Cardinals, and Redskins. If you play that back, I will have done 2 of the teams out of alphabetical order. Errors and variations, the checklist, there it is. That's probably it right there. 68A, there is Charlie variation, and it's an asterisk versus 2 asterisks on, I guess, the bottom right back. Small thing, but I guess they do count it. Somebody's out there watching that, right? 1 asterisk, 2 asterisks. Good for them. 74 Hall of Famers, a ton of them there, including base cards, playoff cards, leader cards, and what other kind of cards. That's about it. So let's get on with the show. Rookie cards, we said there's 190 of them according to TCDB. That's an awful lot. Inserts and relateds, team checklists. We'll talk about that in a future episode. Comments. There's some comments here. 73 was a big year for people, apparently, to comment. Ray from Texas tells us, I like this set of cards more than most years. Lots of good players, and this was when football was a hard game played by real players. Money and endorsements weren't the play of the day. I particularly like the Oakland Raiders cards. It looks as though the players were photographed at a high school football field. The 70s card sets were made for team and individual player collecting, so complete sets weren't all that important to most kids. That's, I guess that's true in some respects. Jay Ligon tells us conflicted when trying to rate this set. Some of the coolest action cards of all time, specifically some of the sideline photos like Franco Harris, Mercury Morris, Joe Namath, Carl Garrett, Leroy Kelly, etc. But a lot of the set is boring, and the color choices are pretty ugly. The backs are okay, but I never like just last year's statistics and lifetime. I guess I kind of view this set about the same way I do the 1973 baseball set. All right, but a letdown after the previous three sets. You know what? That's a great point there. 70 Topps football was gorgeous, 71 and 72 as well. So I agree with you there. And on the baseball front, I agree with you as well. I would put the 73 baseball and the 73 football as the fourth ranked set up to that point in each sport for Topps. Sens Hockey says, greetings. I just registered at the site. It seems amazing. This is the first pack of cards I ever opened, and I still have them. Most of my collection is baseball, but this will always be my first love. Good for you, Sens Hockey. Well done. Old School Rob tells us, what's up, guys? I just joined the site today. I was 10 years old in 1973, and I still remember walking to school and taking the long way so I could go past the drugstore and buy a pack of two of these cards, a pack or two of these cards, and a chunky bar. I remember the chunky bars. I would spend my lunch money my parents gave me. I knew the old ladies in the cafeteria would always give me a P&J sandwich and chocolate milk at lunch. This dude had it dialed in. I guess they thought I was poor. I still have all my cards that I collected in the 70s and 80s. No, Mom did not throw mine away. I am just getting back into card collecting as an investment thing, which is more fun than stocks. You're a douche, Rob. I still enjoy opening packs, but I know the smartest way to invest is just buy the cards you are after. So I do both. Right now, I am trying to make a database of all my cards, old and new. I got my work cut out for me, so wish me luck. I hope I hope to learn some things from folks on the site and maybe bring something to the table myself. Let the fun begin. Rob's probably moved on to Funko Pops and Avon by now, but I liked where you were going, Rob. I didn't like where you ended up. Osman 1865 says, I've been in search of a site to log and track my trading cards. This one just might fit my needs. It's been a search to find a quality site to work with, and this one is on the market thus far. I'm waiting on my new scanner so I can also save my collection on a second site that will allow me to document location of cards easier. Get to the point, dude. I am working on a very large project, somewhere between 500,000 to 1 million cards to get organized. You asked about my first pack to open. Well, 1973, I was introduced to the noisemakers for my bike, and those noisemakers were football trading cards. I went to the Five and Dime and bought me several of those packs, and they even had gum in them. So a bonus. I was then cool riding my bike and chewing gum. At that point in my life, I was not a collector. I had no clue about that side of the cards. I hate to even think about what special cards I might have destroyed in my bike wheels, but man, it was fun. Thanks for the site, and I hope to grow with you all. Packaging. Look at that groovy purple, yellow, pink, orange wax box. Looks like a big old. Looks like the sherbet aisle there in the frozen food section of the supermarket. The wax packs are orange with purple on top. Just absolutely beautiful. It says Pro Football, Bubblegum, Extra, Team Checklist in every pack. Biggest series ever, folks. The cello packs are yellow. The cello pack boxes are yellow. They're 25 cents a pop. Biggest series ever again. And there's a vending box. There's a wax pack. There's rack packs. It's got everything. These cards are, again, have lived in my mind for a very long time. I remember this banner like it was, it's been embedded in my mind for so long that this is, when I think of football cards from the 70s, this is probably the first one that pops into my head. The 1973 set is the first year Topps issued standard size of 528 cards, which continued until 1983, according to the trivia. Let's look at the gallery. You can see the banners. You can see the players. Larry Brown and O.J. Simpson lead us off. Fred Biletnikoff going with the interesting comb-over haircut early on in his career. Anyway, not sure how I feel about the backs of these with the pink and the blue on the gray stock. But again, when I think of football, I think of this. Look at that John Nyland, whatever you call him, sideline shot of him on the bench with the other offensive lineman. So there's, again, a lot of cool action stuff on there. There's the normal spring training. When I say spring training, I mean training camp. There's the portraits, all that stuff, fake poses. and real-time game action going on. Tom Dempsey, him with a half foot, is waving that foot around in the air. He looks like he could use perhaps a few less carbohydrates in his diet in this picture. Fran Tarkenton at the line underneath the center. Again, this is an era where we did not have logos on our helmets. Let's read about Fran Tarkenton. He's card 60, Minnesota Vikings quarterback, height 6'0", weight 190, College, Georgia, born 2/30/1940. Atlanta, Georgia is his home. Fran trails Unitas, Johnny Unitas, Y.A. Tittle, John Brody, and Sonny Jurgensen among lifetime NFL passing leaders, but his rate of advance surpasses all passers in history. Shows his yearly stats from 1972 as well as his lifetime stats. Who else drafted Archie Manning? And the answer is the Kansas City Royals. So old Archie Manning makes an appearance on that card, drafted by the Kansas City Royals. Carl Malk, beautiful card there with the Chargers. Frank Nunley, he is your stone cousin of the set, I would imagine. Do not get in the Dodge Charger with him, folks. There's bench seats in those Dodge Chargers, and you never know where you're going to end up. You might end up in the back seat on the hump without even knowing it. Billy Parks, boy band material there. Looks like Leif Garrett, I guess. There's the landscape shots of the AFC semifinal game. Classic game there, right? I guess you would say. Let me look on here real quick. I'm not sure if that's the Immaculate Reception game or not, but it just may be. It just may be. So anyway, that's depicted on card number 134. Bob Greasy on 136. Interesting background stuff going on these cards. Looks like unlike the baseball stuff where they did that funky effect, they just whitewashed some of the crowd in the background. Here, same thing in the other one. So anyway, love the Super Bowl card with the blue, white, and red. I don't know why they didn't go red, white, and blue, but Dolphins versus the Redskins. Dolphins winning that one 14-7. 72 is their undefeated season, I believe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Bob Brown, Hall of Fame lineman there. Anyway, I like the banners on here. It's pretty classy and pretty simple. And I would take this over the 73 baseball design any day, but it still doesn't surpass what was going on 70, 71, and 72 for football cards. And again, I'm kind of ambivalent about the backs, the pink and the blue on the gray stock. So that's 1973 football, right? Topps have the whole set in the binder over there. If you want to come over, you can sign it out and go to a cubicle to go through it and then return it back to the front desk and receive your deposit back. Thank you so much. Basement Tapes number 253. Outs.